how bad has it gotten in the VA? There's a new acting secretary. He'll be taking a lot of notes as information trickles out from a brand new audit. The VA has screwed up scheduling for more than 57,000 vets, and 64,000 are not even on the waiting list for doctor's appointments. Some of them desperately need. So how did the system of bonuses get put in place for people who were downright lying about scheduling visits? Bo Bergdahl bumped the VA story right off the front page, but guess what? It's back. And it's still ugly. Dan Caldwell is a Marine Corps veteran and currently serves as the issue and legislative campaign manager for Concerned Veterans for America. Welcome, Dan.
Thank you for having me.
So tell me about this, what we're hearing from the new VA audit. What is trickling out? How bad is it? Is it worse than you thought?
Well, a couple things. First of all, this confirms a lot of what our group's been saying for a long time. And also, it confirms a lot of what previous IG and investigative reports have said. However, I would warn you and your viewers about this report. The VA has had a problem telling the truth. As this scandal developed, they weren't taking it seriously. You saw Dr. Petzel, the previous basically Deputy Secretary for Health Affairs, say, oh, there's no problem here. You know, I'm from Phoenix. He said there was no problem out here. They try to sweep it under the rug. The VA has an accountability problem. They have a bad culture. So while these numbers might seem bad, I would contend that they're probably a lot worse. And at the end of the day, when the GAO and the Office of Inspector General is done, these numbers will actually probably grow.
Yeah, like look at Hawaii, 145 days average wait time to see a doctor.
Yeah.
The goal for the VA is 14 days, and you know, part of the scandal is schedulers lying about the wait time, saying, oh, yep, it's been 2 weeks, where's my bonus?
Yeah, that's a huge problem, and I want to be clear, that's a cultural issue. There is something wrong at VA where people think it's okay to do that, and managers think it's okay to tell people to do that. You know, the scheduling part of it is a part of bonuses at the VA, but it's only one of many metrics. And I don't think that the desire to get a bonus is the only reason why they were fudging these wait times. There's a lot of bad press beginning in 2012 about the backlog at the Benefits Administration, which is a separate agency within the VA. And I think there was some downward pressure from the top to make these wait time numbers improve so they can say, hey, look, things might not be bad, might not be this bad over at the hospital side, even though things on the benefit side are actually pretty bad. So the bonuses, I think, for some were a motivation, but the top-down pressure was just trying to get some other bad publicity out of the airwaves, and quite frankly, that backfired on them.
Dan, you see a cultural issue, and I think you're right. I also would see or I would suspect, being a crazy libertarian, a systemic issue that it's built into the system, and I would be looking for opportunities to privatize or voucherize or do something-ize this system. Argue against me for a second. What does the VA do well that we should preserve in its sort of monopolistic health care?
Well, Matt, I think you and I will probably agree on a lot, so I'm going to have a hard time arguing against you on that. Our group actually believes that more of the medical functions of the VA should be privatized. I will say the VA does do a couple things very well, particularly in regards to injuries connected to war wounds, post-traumatic stress disorder, Agent Orange, Gulf War illness, but those are very specialized things. And at the end of the day, the problem isn't getting veterans into those, or isn't the quality of those services, is actually getting veterans into those services. And I would contend that a lot of the primary care functions probably should be privatized. You know, I was a congressional caseworker out here, and I'd have a lot of veterans come to me and say, you know, I can't get a basic appointment at the VA. And in my head, I was thinking, well, why couldn't they go to the Mayo Clinic? Why couldn't they go to Banner Health, some great private providers out here? So, Matt, I'm sorry, you know, we probably actually agree on a lot of that.
Yeah, and then you probably have a lot of vets who are saying the exact same thing. You know, it's like, I see my mom, I see my friend. They're going to the doctor when they feel sick. Why am I waiting for 4 months? Thank you so much, Dan.
No problem. Thank you.